The hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
The hate army, that guy.
Hate army.
Hate army general. Good vibes to the hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for hate.
Shout out for hate.
Tomorrow, everyone, is a special event. Tomorrow is the event I've been hyping for a while. It's a long-form React event, the first one we've done in many months, called The Dark Side of Machinima. I'm very excited for this event. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow all day long over on DSP Reacts, starting at 12:45 p.m. Pacific time. Here's what we're doing during this event. You ready? Number one, I am going to do a live react to the Machinima documentary made by June the King last month. All right, it's about an hour long. Knowing me, I'm probably going to be pausing and talking a lot. It'll probably take about 2 hours or more to get through. But in addition to that, just as equal as the amount of time it'll take for me to react to that event, I have gone through all my emails and all my history with Machinima, over 6 years that I was a partner with this company. And I have finally sorted the things that have happened to me into topics. The topics range as follows. My initial contact with the company in 2009, before I ever did business with them, when they literally tried to bait and switch me into a deal that I did not agree to. I'm not kidding you. Yes, they actually tried to do like a scam on me before I ever partnered with them, which is why I was very apprehensive about working with them. Okay? I've got the initial conversations that I had with them to become a partner in 2011. Talk about money, contract increases, things like that. That'll be interesting to see how so much money was being tossed around in the early days of YouTube. Then we've got the E3 trip. And boy, do I have a lot to say about my E3 trip with Machinima. How about the fact that Machinima told me one thing, and then when I'd already agreed to it, said, oh yeah, you could have gone to E3 another way anyway, even though you already agreed to all this other shit. You didn't have to do any of that. And I was like, what? And then going to E3 and finding out that the entire trip was botched. It was a shit show when we were there. It was completely like disorganized and not ran well. We were being treated like children when we were there, which is hilarious. They didn't even know what we could do at E3. They told us nothing. So there's so much to talk about. I don't want to spoil it all, but that's just the E3 story, right? Then after the E3 story, there's the whole content ID debacle that happened on YouTube that Machinima somehow knew nothing about when YouTube launched its content ID system and everyone's videos got claimed and everyone lost all their ad revenue. I had major YouTubers coming to me begging for help on how to fix the problem. Me. Okay? Because I was the one trying to figure stuff out and I was figuring ways around it to fix it. And they were coming to me for solutions. So I could talk about that. Then there was their whole, when I was getting the insane amount of false copyright strikes against DSP Gaming for content that I had used, and when I was literally advised by them to delete all my videos. There's that debacle, okay? Then we've got the year where they were incredibly supportive and sent me a ridiculous amount of free games. Even though I never really intended to get any, they just started sending me free games during the year, and I was like, wow, this is like the beginning of a great relationship. If they're going to be sending me games all the time to play, this would be spectacular. But then, wait till you hear about how that whole situation developed and ended. Because it ain't good. It ain't pretty. It was pretty fucked up what happened with that, actually. Okay? Then we've got the incident and how they basically handled the incident, which to me was the absolute polar opposite of how they should have handled it. Oh, by the way, I skipped a very big topic. Machinima's tendency to claim content without ever telling me over the years. What Machinima would do is they would actually go out there and they would find people who took my content for videos like This Is How You Don't Play and shit like that, and they would claim the content on YouTube. They never told me that they were doing it. They very rarely even contacted me. They just were doing it behind the scenes. And then people would tell me, oh, Phil, Machinima claims everything. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I had no knowledge of it, but they were claiming it and they were making money on it because they felt that any content that was mine was their legal content. So they would claim other people's videos and make money on them. And I was none the wiser. I had no idea what was going on. In fact, they even took down, initially, they very idiotically took down videos with copyright claims, which I never wanted them to do. I just wanted to well, let me put it this way. I'm spoiling the whole event because you'll see the initial email. They asked me about it. They literally wrote to me saying, we are now aware of This Is How You Don't Play. And what do you think about it? And Here's how we want to handle it. Like, basically, they contacted me about all this and how they wanted to handle it. I was like, I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm leaving it alone. And they went out of their own way to handle it in a way that I never approved, but that's what they wanted to do. You see? But of course, it all rubbed off negatively on me. To this day, people still say, oh, Phil took down videos and Phil claimed videos. I did none of that.
Flashback.
All right, everyone out there. This is Darkside Phil, DSP, also known as Phil Burnell. It's my birthday because I've had enough. I've outright told you guys a million times it's not me doing it. I don't condone that at all. In fact, I'm staunchly against it. I don't want anyone doing copyright takedowns in my name, nor do I do them. Phil's a liar. He actually claims all of our videos. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here you are. With this person, after about a month or two, I said, all right, you know what? I think they learned their lesson, and I retracted the takedown from 2015 or older, and you're going to notice it's all This Is How You Don't plays. I remember specifically what happened at this time period. I was partnered with MACHINIMA, and MACHINIMA had reached out to me. This was a time period when a lot of people were starting to do a lot of negative things towards me on the internet, and we had meetings behind the scenes talking about this stuff, and one of the things that they said that they wanted to do was attempt to claim or take down people who were making This Is How You Don't Play videos. Now, keep in mind, this was 8 years ago. This was before we understood that actually This Is How You Don't Play is fair use in a transformative work. Back then, basically, it was out for debate, and no one really knew. Machinima, being one of the largest partner networks on YouTube, took it upon themselves to try to take down videos. You can see there's a variety of them that are listed here. I don't know who these people are, but these channels had these videos apparently stricken down in 2015. You can see they're all in rapid succession as well, as if someone who was working at Machinima sat down and just started working on these back to back. Now, the weird part about it is, I want to show you this. These videos aren't gone. Watch this. Oops, that's the wrong one. Here it is. This video exists. Here it is. It's real. So why does it say that it's taken down when it's still up? I don't get it. My guess is that Machinima did all these, and then when Machinima went out of business and essentially their channel was defunct, any claims that they may have put out were reversed. Because all these videos seem to be live if I click on them, except for the ones that say video removed. Any of these seem to still be live. So I think this was something that Machinima did behind the scenes. I had no knowledge of it. They were just claiming videos in my name or taking down videos, okay? Moving further, here's the next cue. Again, this stuff doesn't seem to make sense. It's the same channel we were just looking at, which these videos exist, so I don't know how that could be possible. This doesn't make sense. Look, DSP's Dark Souls 2 playthrough part 12. But that's the name of my video. Again, is this claiming my own video? It doesn't make sense, nor does it have any data attached to it whatsoever. This is just fluff. There's nothing here. It's a waste of time. It's nothing. And then here's the last page. All right? Again, apparently me making claims against myself. And that's it. That's the entirety of takedowns, the history of DSP gaming, the entire time this channel has existed since 2010. So just to show you again, claims against myself, apparently. All these appear to be against myself. That makes no sense. All the way up through here. Here's a couple videos that Machinima claimed during 2015 when apparently they were trying to take them down. I think what ended up happening was they erroneously did copyright claims, realized they didn't want to do that, and then they just started to start claiming videos so that they would start getting paid for those who were using my content. Okay? I don't know how that went down. I had no contract with them. They just started doing it. All right? Then you can see here's me again apparently claiming myself. And here's the last page. Me claiming myself. The two videos I told you about from 2022 and the DSP Archives channel from 2023, all of these were straight up copy-paste re-uploads. That is it, folks. I just showed you the entirety of my copyrights that ever have been issued against DSP Gaming out of my channel. Anything you guys are seeing on the internet is not me. It's someone blatantly impersonating me. I don't want it happening. I don't condone it. I forbid it. But I've reached out to YouTube. I've asked them for help. I posted up my entire chat log today on my Twitter and on my forums, dspgaming.com, showing I tried to get help from YouTube. They ignored me. They act like this can't exist. This doesn't happen. I asked for it to be escalated. They refuse. There's nothing I can do, guys. I did my best to help you. I can't. Please stop with the harassment, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm receiving constant harassing emails. People saying they're going to false strike me. People saying they're going to contact a lawyer and sue me. It's not me. Here's your blatant proof. These are the only people I ever legitimately struck right here in front of you. And look how small it is, and it's all legit. That's it, guys. I've had enough. Please leave me alone. Leave my business alone. I'm done with this. This is the last time you'll hear me address it because I have nothing to do with it.
End of flashback.
That was all Machinima. That was my partner network doing that shit. I had no control over what they did because they were the bigwig on YouTube, not me, you see? But you'll see, because you'll see, I couldn't believe it. When I saw the initial email, I was like, so that's how it all began, because I didn't even remember that, you know? And then, of course, there's the biggest one, which is the adpocalypse in 2017, when basically everything fell apart because ad revenue on YouTube plummeted. And I'm not kidding you. Machinima blew off my request for help for 2 weeks, basically stating they don't know anything, and then tried to tell me it was my fault. They were actually trying to tell me that the dip in ad revenue on YouTube was my fault. Yes, I'm serious. The adpocalypse, that was common knowledge to everyone in the public, that YouTube was losing advertisers and shit. They were trying to tell me that I was the reason that I lost all my money. So, you'll see. Oh, trust me, you will see all of this tomorrow, okay? So that's this event that we're going to be doing tomorrow, all day long on DSP Reacts. Not only the reaction to the documentary by June the King, but me going through my entire history with Machinima, with all the emails and receipts to show you what I'm talking about, to corroborate. And it's going to be a fun event, because finally I get to talk about it. You know, the company doesn't exist anymore, so I can finally talk about this stuff publicly. When I was working with them under contract, there were NDAs and shit. I wasn't supposed to talk about it, but now I can say whatever I want. They've been out of business for many years, and I owe nothing to anyone. I have no contractual obligations to anyone. It's all fair game now, okay?
Tipping me helps me more than anything.